All right, perfect.
Came here with the amazing Jen Lewis. Jen, you're around here.
I'm the director of Team Leader Community and Engagement, helping your team leaders talk about all things housing and what you need to know.
Yeah, and this new year, what we need to know is what's gonna happen with closed units. And there's some projections out there, somewhere around 4 million closed units in 2023 in the United States. That's down from 6.1 million in 2021. So are you prepared for up to 33% drop in closed units?
That's right. And my coach and I had an interesting conversation today where he told me that agents actually control the market more than the economy. And I thought that's an interesting way to say that. And he said it's because the conversations that you have, the things that you say to your client actually impacts their decisions about buying and selling more than what they're hearing on the news.
Yeah, and if you want to learn all the right things to say, because let's be honest, we've been through a 14-year economic expansion. It's fair to say we might have fallen in the trap of being lead receivers more than lead generators as an industry. If you want to know exactly what to say, when to say, and who to say it to, please come to Family Reunion in Anaheim.
That's right.
You'll be there.
I will be there.
I'll be there.
You should be there too.
That's a great way to end. How about Happy New Year?
Happy New Year, y'all.
All right. All right, killer wins, our MVP. To build careers worth having, businesses worth earning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. To be the real estate company of choice for our agents and our customers. God, family, then business. Win, win, or no deal. Integrity, do the right thing. All customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand. Creativity, ideas for poor results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity, opportunities for all. Success results through people. A technology company that provides a real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a training consultant, and focuses on all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. All right, guys. So this is season 2, episode 1 of our favorite game show titled. Yes, name that prize. I am your host, Qierre McGlory, along with my co-host Mo. And Mo, who are our 2 contestants today for our show? Get your tickets ready. This is the time. This is why we're giving out tickets.
811-4434.
Who's that? That John. John, come on now. Yes, give up to John. Yes. All right, John, get the kid. You want to do this chair? You want to do this chair? Sit chair. All right, perfect. Awesome. All right, who's our next contestant?
811-4428.
811-4428.
Guess what? Willy Wonka factory.
Oh yeah, you got the golden ticket or the bad ticket, right? All right. So name that price.
$10.
I would hope it's a little more than $10. Just saying. I would hope it's a little more than that.
Come on now. So.
All right. So.
All right, John.
All right. So this property on here, it is a highly sought after 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath view home located in the coveted Pinehurst Hills development in Chino Hills. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, over 2,800 square feet. Recently closed escrow last month. So, John, what name that price? 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 2,807 square feet.
What city?
It's in Chino Hills, Pinehurst community.
I knew that.
View home. So it's premium. Over 2,800 square feet.
Gonna be 920.
I'm sorry?
It's gonna be 920.
920. All right. Put down 920,000. Okay.
Is it not Quail Country?
Brett.
It's an icon.
I'm gonna give you it. I'm not gonna give you it.
Fair advantage, I'm under shown this property.
You might have shown it.
Is it not quail country?
You might have. All I'm asking, Brett, is name that price, Brett.
It was over $1 million, but it probably sold for a little less than that. I'm going to say, $9.95.
$995.
$9.95.
All right. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? So we got 920 and we got you said 995?
$9.95.
$9.95. So sold quickly.
Yeah, it had a view of Butterfield Ranch, so it had kind of like a noise to it in the background. Yeah,
Okay, so let me hear from you guys. What do you think?
1.1.
Yeah, $1,000,001.
We could have sold it.
$965.
Okay.
Nobody say $9.96, okay?
Okay. Okay. All right. So the actual price of what this home sold for was $1,120,000. Yeah. Pearl and Rashawn both said 1.1. Yes, great job. I love that because that demonstrates that you guys know what's going on in the market. Right, and that's part of our job, right? Being the experts. So I love that.
Quail country.
Yes. You gotta change the price. Yes, you gotta change the price.
$9.95.
You did not get that. So. Yeah, so since Brent was closest to it, Brent will get a surprise prize. So give it up for Brent. No, not that. No. Yeah, you will get a door prize. And for John being a great participant, you're not gonna walk away with anything. You're also gonna get later today as well. So, all right, give it up to our guy. Oh, this one. Yeah, we got a busy meeting. Thank you for participation. All right, perfect. So let's give a round of applause for our January birthdays. Yeah. All right, our January work anniversaries. And our January newcomers. Yeah, welcome. All right, bucket fills. So who wants to fill a person's bucket? When we say bucket fills, we're talking about giving appreciation, acknowledgement. Whether it's an agent that helped you on a deal, maybe answered a great question, or maybe someone from leadership that helped you. So I just want to give 2 or 3 examples of buckets you guys want to fill. So
I'm gonna give Rashawn a bucket fill. She's in every day, she's in early, she's in late, she's working. And as a result, she's stacking her pipeline and I'm excited for what she does.
Yes.
And the last thing I'll say is she's got some awesome KW Vision apparel on. Right, the most stylish person that I look like that. Give Rashawn a shout.
All right, let's do one more bucket fill. Come on, guys. We just left one of the happiest time of the year. Let's keep that joy going. I'm sure there's got to be someone out there that might have filled your bucket.
I love seeing the two Tinas together.
And they sit next to each other too. That just makes it even more special, right?
Good old days.
I feel like we gotta put the reserve cards, stage for Tina's.
I love it.
I like it.
Yeah. So let's get one more bucket fill. One more. All right,
So
Rashawn.
I'm gonna give it back to Brian.
Okay.
I actually appreciate the fact that he made a commitment to be here.
Yes.
And when I hear him in the bullpit, I call it, on the phone dialing, his enthusiasm this week really pushed me for real. I appreciate you. Thanks for all the help. Yeah, he's been great.
Great leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Leading by example, right? Leading by example. I like it. All right, going once.
early and late. Every
Yes,
single day.
yes. So going once, going twice. All right, we're moving forward. All right, picture listings. Who has a listing on the market now? Who has a listing coming up? Who has a seller that said, hey, I would sell my house if I could get $3 million? All right. Come on, guys. I know you guys are making calls. You're talking to people, right? All right.
Well, the two leads I got, one in Eastvale is gonna be a sell and a buy,
Okay.
and one in Chino Hills. That'll probably just be a sale.
Okay. So what the one that you know?
Tell me about the Chino Hills property,
Chino Hills, it's on Scenic Ridge Drive,
okay?
was that North Chino Hills?
North Chino Hills, right up there.
So that one probably go, it's probably 4,200 square feet, so we're probably looking at close to 2 million.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah. Do you have like a time frame in that?
I'm gonna follow up.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have to follow up and see. The one in Eastvale, actually they live in Riverside now,
Mm-hmm.
so that property will probably go for 650.
All right. Perfect. So as we get closer to before you come on the market, definitely send us some details because it'd be nice to be able to do a deal in house, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
sure.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. All right. Anyone else wants to pitch a listing?
Buyers looking for anything specific?
I have a buyer looking the same one who didn't get Quail Country, up to 1.3. Chino Hills, Chino up to $1 million, Chino Hills up to 1.3, with a pool hopefully, but they're okay without it. Need a large home. And I'm trying to have them sell their house, but they're not contingent, so they're going to hold on.
Okay.
I just saw this thing this morning, you know, it was the one.
Is that the one with the pool?
Uh-huh. I'll get it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just saw it this morning.
I like that. See what happens when you work? You know what I mean? You just
Yeah,
catch up on an inventory. I love it.
I do.
More than one.
I love Highview Street.
I have somebody that needs horse property at Norco.
Horse property Norco. Okay.
Great city forest property too.
If anybody has it or you run into it, please. Thank you.
You know where Townsend Junior High is?
Yes,
Palmetto Place,
yes,
pool, 2-story, 2,600 square feet.
that could work for them.
Yeah, pool in the backyard too.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just have to come out from 1,700 square feet
Okay.
and they have 2 kids and they're getting a little cracked.
So,
They were even looking at the Missouri. And I was like, really?
I love that.
Thank you.
I have a buyer looking for luxury apartment, like in the downtown or, you know, somewhere that's metropolitan, like Beverly Hills, maybe or Pasadena.
Oh wow, they're all over. Okay.
Those kind of area.
Mhm.
But then one of the main criteria that she wants is that she has to have a housekeeper that will go into the, you know, the apartment and clean the house for her. Because most of the time she'll not be here.
Mhm.
What's your budget?
You know what? She doesn't have a budget.
I like that.
Yeah. Find her that apartment. She doesn't.
Does she need a 1-bedroom?
She wants, basically it's for herself and 2 sons, so I would say three bedrooms or more.
Okay.
And then she wanted big. Yeah,
I just reached out, my listing in Valley Village, my daughter's place, was a 3-bedroom townhome. It went for 4,500.
okay.
So that's kind of the budget and,
She's not looking for leads, she's looking.
oh, then she's looking to buy.
Yes,
That's even better, with no budget.
with no budget.
Ah,
Basically, I.
So Tina, you need to like find more of those clients. It sounds like those no budget clients.
the Tinas have a lot. Both Tinas have no budget clients.
Well, comes on Ireland on June 30th.
Okay.
Okay,
So I needed by June 30th. I need to show them the home on July 1st.
Perfect.
go out and preview and send them videos. Start them off.
Okay.
By actually walking through with the video, that means they see you already working
Working.
ahead of time.
Yes.
So you've already done all the legwork. By the time they hit it, they've already had 5 to 10 videos from you walking through properties.
Okay,
So it just says that you're not just waiting for them, you're gonna go work in advance before they come here.
okay. Do you know any anything like that in those areas?
I have something in
You have?
Beverly Hills,
Okay.
what my friend.
Damn,
Gary
sunshine.
Yeah, Gary Carter, he owns Primerica, he's like really big with for Primerica, but he lives there, I have the address, but I'll text him in a minute and see.
He's
He purchased one there,
Okay.
and I know that they're really, really nice,
okay,
I've been there several times, so
Great.
I'll get the information.
great, thank you so much.
Love it. I love all these connections. Love it. Love it. All right, we got any more before we move forward? Pearl.
Actually, like right now, the other one is leader later, and he will be here on May. And he's helping her, his daughter to find like maybe a humble. And then 3 bedroom better, but 2 bedroom should be okay. And he doesn't want to be maybe like a 1,200 or 1,300, some kind of that kind of size. And but the location has to be close to the western side of the LA, their area, because her daughter is working for the company located at El Segundo. She's preferred to getting closer there.
Okay.
So yeah, so not sure, but I have to show them by May when he showed up. So I'm trying to work now.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a chance or anybody know about those areas. Yeah.
I sold some property in Playa del Rey. Playa del Rey has great townhomes
Oh,
for people who work around the LAX area.
okay.
It's a little more affordable than Marina del Rey.
Uh-huh.
And it has a little older units,
Uh-huh.
but they're really good for like second homes for people who work around there.
Oh,
So Playa del Rey.
okay.
Perfect. Love it.
Yes.
Amy, you got something?
I think I have a couple of buyers are looking for single story home, 15 miles from Chino House. The budget is maybe 1.1 to 1.8. Actually, I didn't find a lot single family homes on the Chino House, and a couple buyers are looking for single story homes around Israel. The budget only around 700,000.
Okay.
If anyone about it.
There's
I'm sure.
new construction, it's all single story level, like they have 3 or 4 floor plan. Like Richmond, America, and Europa Valley, very nice.
Rupa Valley,
It's like just a little bit further away from Israel, but it's like next to
is
it.
it on the other side of the 15?
Oh, yeah, looking.
Yeah, it's brand new construction, and then all the floor plans that they have is all single level, there's no 2 levels. So those are really nice, so you don't have the 2 level neighbors.
What are the prices?
I think it's around 700.
7, 8.
Between 7 to 800.
I love that. I love what I'm hearing. I love all this collaboration and everything. I wish we had more time. We gotta continue to move, but I love it. I love it. All right, congratulations to our cappers. Yes. Business getting done. Business getting done. All right, and congratulations to our first closing list site. Yes. All right, so let's move to the market center. So we have several Zoom classes, several in-house classes. You get to pick and choose what you want to do, when you want to do, because we are a hybrid office. You get education and value both ways. So make sure to tune into those. All right, power through shift the 6 series strategies. So I'm doing a class last Wednesday of every month. It's gonna be from 5 to 7. It's gonna be on Zoom. So it's gonna be one of these 6 topics. The one I'm gonna do this last Wednesday of January is gonna be get real, get right mindset. Talking about the mindset that you need to really take control of the shifting market. We'll have more details as we get closer. All right, family reunion. Yes, so I already bought my ticket, super excited to going. So I definitely encourage each and every one of you guys to attend. There'll be a lot of value, a lot of great information, definitely there to help you propel your business for 2023. Yes, Brian back there. Yes.
That is a big deal. If you're not registered, do that. You will make money by connecting with agents out of area. We have agents who are making well over 6 figures just by creating referral relationships with agents across the country. Yep. Whether it be Florida, New York, Texas, it happens both ways, referring in and referring out. So one of the best ways for you, not only to learn and grow and hear from the best people, period, in the market, also for you to build your network of agents that you can refer to and get referrals from. Don't sleep on that. So I'm I'm actually working on creating a card that I can pass out to agents that they can scan. I'll capture their information, they go to my database, and I'm sending emails out to them every single month about what's happening in SoCal. Pro tip. So,
Thank you, sir. All right, Bulls. Make sure you get your Bull planners. Planners are amazing. I give one every year. It's great. If you guys have any questions about it, I'll definitely talk to you more about it. All right, making sure that you guys are keeping compliant when you're making your calls. You want to make sure you're not calling people on the do not call list. So in the numbers that we give you guys with our lease program, you guys don't have to worry about those. We make sure those are all cleaned up. All right, now we're moving on to our creative commercial update with our commercial director, Nick. So Nick, come on down.
I can't see it on here. Or can I?
Yes,
Let me just put it up here. Easier.
I'll be your clicker.
All right, so we're gonna run through recap really quick of 2022, and then we'll go into the forecast for 2023. So 2022 was a wild year out here, commercial real estate wise, all real estate wise really, but commercial real estate specifically, our industrial market had one of the lowest vacancy rates in the country at 2.2%. Buildings over 100,000 square feet are under 1% vacancy, which is pretty ridiculous. That includes buildings that are in development that have already been pre-leased. So buildings that aren't done, not delivered, have already been leased if they're over 100,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. Our per square foot on sale prices in industrial was up $50 a foot over the course of 1 year. 2 years ago, it was $190 a foot was the average. So we're at right now we're like 285. This was the end of last year, so it's already up again this year. We closed, not we, but as a market in general, 9.4 billion in transaction volume in industrial real estate, which is some of the highest in the country. Office space out here actually beat the national average by 1%, which is pretty crazy. There are not a ton of transactions going on out here, but when they go down, they're usually pretty significant. Rent grew last year at 5%, which is pretty solid for a market where people are not going into the office very often anymore.
Yeah.
The hybrid work has become very, very popular, and we've seen the impact of that specifically here a ton because our offices here are built for regional people. They're supposed to be for people who live within 5 or 10 miles of here. They have no need to be in the office, so those spaces have taken a massive hit. But even then, we grew at 5% in value last year as well, which is very solid. We're happy about that and on projection for further this year. Multifamily, which probably is of interest to most of you guys, is one of those things that was very weird last year. Vacancy actually went up in multifamily. I'll get to why that happened in a minute, but vacancy is actually up in the multifamily space in the Inland Empire. Value is up almost 100,000 a unit over the past 2 years, which is phenomenal for the Inland Empire. And they closed about 2 billion in our territory over the past year. Retail, one of the biggest bounce backs we've seen in the past 5 years. It bounced back from being at almost a 9% vacancy rate to now where I think we're sitting somewhere around 6%. I know that didn't sound like a lot of percentage, but from what we went through and some of the bailouts we had multiple Walmarts closing in Empire, multiple Targets closing in Empire. Those are huge 65 to 100,000 square foot tenants, and have vacancy still decrease is ridiculous. And we'll get into that in a minute here in the next one. Cool. Industrial, we have development going on, and you can see it all throughout, mainly in our backyard. It's one of the biggest ones, Ontario and Chino. You can see development coming up. The small developments are 60,000 square feet. The biggest ones are 1.1 to 1.2 million square feet for one warehouse. That is causing, I guess, a delay in tenants making decisions because they're not sure if that's the right size space for them with the market shifting the way it has. Do I really need 1 million square feet right now? Even Amazon has halted taking on their leases at this point. So the larger spaces we have not seen being pre-leased at the rate that they once were. Those are definitely slowed down a little bit. more medium-sized spaces, the 10 to 60,000 square foot size spaces, those lease still quickly. They go to good credit tenants who mainly do distribution. And that's what we're gonna see this year is a ton of distribution guys, a ton of manufacturing guys coming into the area, leasing up whatever type of medium-sized spaces there are. And then the micro spaces too, anything under 10,000, those get leased up in still under 2 weeks. Those are very, very rarely on the market for more than about 14 days still. The rate is gonna grow over the next 5 years in 37% in value in industrial assets. So that's the projection for the next 5 years would be another 37% increase in value when we just saw 40 over the past 2 years. So it's gonna be 75+% over the course of 4 years. We will never see anything like that again, in my opinion. It's one of the craziest situations I think we've ever been in. Brian?
So is it safe to say in correlation to, speaking residential?
Mhm.
More jobs?
So yes and no. There's multiple reports that are saying the job growth in the Inland Empire specifically will be strong for the next 5 years. There are some reports that are saying that multifamily development will slow down because of a slowdown in jobs. It's hard to say how that falls. I think personally it's correlated with between the skilled jobs being developed and brought here versus warehouse jobs. Warehouse jobs are generally minimum wage or slightly above. They can't afford to come and lease a $2,500 to $2,700 a month apartment on their own. So that's not appealing to them. So multifamily development begins to kind of slow as that happens. If more skilled, manufacturing type of jobs come to the area though, those apartments will lease up on a far faster rate than what they're projecting. So yeah, there's some correlation, but is a little different there. 60% of the development right now, which we're expecting 41 million square feet of development to be delivered this year, is going to be available for lease. The additional 40% is usually built to suit, meaning that a company like Goodman, who you'll see their signs everywhere, they'll come and build something for a group already. So they're built to suit buildings for Amazon, Target, Walmart, big box retailers needing distribution centers. So 60% is solid. You'd like to see more, to be honest. It's better for the market when there's more leasing activity, but nevertheless, that's still very strong. I'm sure you guys have seen, we have a bunch of major tenants in our neighborhood now. Walmart specifically is opening the DC in San Bernardino, Target as well. It's heading that way. It's heading more east. Chino is saturated. The infill is done here. And we'll be pushing more into San Bernardino, Moreno Valley, Apple Valley, the high desert is kind of what's to come next in industrial.
You see Apple Valley getting built out.
Apple Valley for sure will be built out. There's already, at least that I've seen, probably over 100 acres of pre-zoned entitled land for retail and shopping, which housing comes, shopping follows, warehouse distribution kind of come next usually. So yeah, that's going to be the next target market up there in the next one. Office rates this year, we're planning on seeing some increases. We're still well below the rest of the market. Leases here are getting done at $2 to $2.50 a foot. In LA, in the greater area, it's not weird to see $5 or $6 a foot for office space, specifically in Los Angeles. It's pretty crazy. So we have an attractive hub in a sense of what we have to offer here, and that, like, these are nice office buildings. They aren't the most decadent spaces by any means, but they're good office buildings for companies just like ours, regional and local companies, to come in and lease space for their employees. I don't see value increasing a ton, just because there's still uncertainty, and I guess I would say somewhat of a complacency with employees to want to actually be in the office. And you guys are all here, which is great, but there's 200 people in our office. There's 25 or 30 of us here today. That's a pretty light turnout in the grand scheme of what it is, and it's because that's just the world we live in now, I guess. And it may change, but I don't foresee the values going up on investment sales specifically, because investment guys, if there's no more money coming in, there's uncertainty, they're not going to park their money here, and that's like 45% of the transactions that go down in the office spaces out here. So I don't see a ton of volume coming through this coming year. In that, like you said, here, most of our investors are private individuals and small little boutique firms buying up stuff. So yeah, office still projected to grow, but not by a ton, 1%. So yep, next one. Multifamily. So this is you guys can do a ton with this information, and I'm happy to provide this deck to you guys so that you have some firepower when you're making your calls to be able to talk to people about just the basic service level information and then be able to make connections going forward. Multifamily development, specifically Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario, is just massive right now. That's actually what's causing the vacancy rate to be high. So properties that have been developed but aren't fully leased up yet are driving the vacancy rate up on paper. In theory, there's still a supply issue, significantly, but we can fix that problem by leasing things quicker. Development is delayed though, so we're in this like kind of virtuous circle of like not being able to get anything done and not further anything because builders don't have supplies to get jobs done. There's a demand that can't be met. Some of the rates are astronomical that people are asking for lease, so the affordability isn't there for the market that lives and works here. So it's a tough battle right now in multifamily, but I will say, I think that this year, the end of last year just stopped. I mean, literally in October, I think there was maybe 15 closed transactions from October to December in all of the Inland Empire, which is, absolutely crazy. Where we were closing, I would say 100 transactions a quarter to go to 15 in a quarter. It's just, that's a dead stop. And it's one of those things that I think if we continue down that road, prices will drop, rent will have to begin to drop. I don't foresee it falling off completely, but it's something that is definitely a possibility where we're going to see rates come back to maybe where they were maybe beginning of 2020 pre-COVID, where you could get an apartment out here for under $2,000. It wouldn't be crazy to see some of that stuff come back because I can't sell an asset if it's not leased. I could sell it if it's kind of leased or mostly leased, even if it's below market or below what I'd like it to be leased at. It's just one of those things that owners have to make the decision to adjust accordingly, and no one wants to do it because no one knows what's going to happen this coming year. They're still uncertain. The people that are supposed to know what's going to happen, they don't really even know what's going to happen. So there's too much uncertainty for anybody to adjust their pricing on anything, and until that happens, this is going to be a stagnant market in multifamily. That's my opinion on it. Next one's you. Retail. Like I said in there, probably one of the coolest turnaround stories that we've seen. Retail out here was dead. It had no juice at all coming into 2022. Vacancy rates were just brutal, almost 10% in some areas. And what's happened is regional food places have become very prominent in leasing here. Larger companies are still leasing larger spaces. So your Walmart, Target, all these will always do leases out here because there's people here. But the local guys are the ones that are actually keeping the leasing market up right now. So regional and local businesses are actually driving this number down over the past year by almost over 2%. So I know 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but in our world, that's a ton of gap to cover in a year. I think that with this type of market that we have, as more people begin to come here, we'll see more localized businesses popping up. The local businesses benefit from the local people kind of patronizing them. They can generally keep prices somewhat reasonable out here because the rent is not as high as it is in other areas. So don't be surprised to see more local stuff pop up. Obviously, your major chains will still be opening up, but I would say slower than standard. It's got to be the right deal for those guys right now. They're in a holding phase. So if the deal comes up, it's good, they take it, but I'd say fairly often they're going to pass. Because it's just not the right time. So yeah, I think that's all I got today. If you guys have questions, I'll be here for the rest of the day. You can hit me up if you want this deck. I can send it to you so you can have some firepower to talk to your clients when you're cold calling. If you come across leads and need help, you guys have to refer them out. We can work together on them. We're happy to help. So my partner Gary, myself, we have Mark in the back. Mark focuses on retail and automotive space specifically. Panayothi focuses on multifamily and industrial. Abe does industrial, Sung sells restaurants and retail space. So we've got you guys covered on all fronts. If you have any questions, like I said, hit me up. We'll be here. Thank you guys.
Good job. Yes. Stay updated when it comes to commercial. Reach out to Nick, like you said. Thank you. Sure.
For us as residential realtors, there is an opportunity for making long-term connections with human resource people because they have people who are hiring all the time and coming into the area. So we do a lot of our long-term commitments and way we work with the new home builders and stuff like that, and we visit them, just like the title people come in and touch us. You can start doing a touch program with a lot of the human resources, with all the warehouses coming out by Eastvale, Chino, and go out and touch people and let them know, see if they have a realtor that they use in the local area, and if they do, see how you can be number 2, number 3, and then how you can knock out the number 1. So there is, if you're playing a long-term game, there is a chance of getting in with human resource companies that can refer you because they have people coming and going all the time. And then you can use your referral network for if they have any of the management people moving out of state to a different state, you can set them up with your KW people out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that. All right, so 2023 real estate market updates. All right. So this is a real estate market update for San Bernardino County. So if you look at this graph here, what are you guys seeing? You can see here, right? So what does that indicate to you in terms of demand? That might be hard to see. Say it again.
Coming down.
Demand's going down, right? Now, what do you think could contribute to demand going down?
Interest rate.
Yes, interest rates. What else? Exactly, right? Interest rate, price, and then another word that starts with an I.
Inflation.
There you go. Exactly. These 3 things are definitely factors that contribute to demand, right? So that's what we're seeing right now in terms of 2023. We're seeing buyer demand go down. Now, if you look at demand year over year, and you're looking at the 2022 pendings, where do they represent on the graph? Are they going up? Or what direction are they going?
Yeah.
They're going down, right? So pennies are going down. So what does that mean to you? When you see pennies going down, less buyers are buying, right? That's why we have less pending, right? Because when a buyer's buying, it goes in the pending. So that's what we are seeing in terms of the trend of 2023. Now, expected market time. So this is when a home comes on the market and how long it takes to actually close escrow, right? So if we're looking here at 2020, December 26, 2022, what do you see there in terms of expected market time?
Longer days on the market.
Long days of market. Now, if we're gonna go specific, what would that indicate for the market? What type of market we're in?
Buyer's market.
Right, exactly. We're looking at a buyer's market, right? And we're trending that way, that we're going more into a buyer's market. Now, if you look here, you see the expected market time, you know, if we're going based off of the 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, you see this expected market time, you know, is trending up, which means homes are staying on the market longer. Now, before I get to our next guest, I just want to give you something. Now, what we're experiencing, what experts are predicting, that 2023 is going to start in a sluggish market. And what I mean by that, you're going to see, you know, less escrows, less pennies, you'll see higher days on market. But we are predicting that in the mid-year of 2023, interest rates should be around about 5.5%. Now, as interest rates start to go down, buyer activity, demand starts to increase, right? So I don't want you to look at this as like a whole doom and gloom thing. 2023 is going to be a bad year. It's not. It's going to be an opportunistic year, right? Now, if homes stay on the market longer and you're working with buyers, what does it give buyers the ability to do? Negotiate, right? They have to negotiate. And what we're seeing is that homes are getting under escrow average of 6.5% to 8.5% below list price. You know, so if I were you, I would definitely be reaching out to my buyers and getting them out there looking at homes. Like, listen, these homes have been on the market longer, which means it gives us the opportunity to negotiate for you, right? So take this time to really reach out to your buyers out there, get them out looking at homes and get them right offers. Take this opportunity to do that now, because as we see the market start to change, interest rates go down, you're going to see more buyers come on. And if we see more buyers come on, it's more competition, right? So take your buyers out now, go show them homes, open escrows, and get the deals closed. Because this is the time where they actually negotiate on list price.
Yeah, can I
Question? Yes,
give an example?
absolutely, for sure.
So
So I'm a lender, of course, but.
Your name?
My name is John, I'm the lender, right? I'm the lender guy. So we just went under contract on the property Saturday. The house was originally listed for $630. It was dropped to $598. The buyer's agent submitted an offer of $590 and $12,000 in closing costs. The listing agent called the buyer's agent and said, so this is what you want? She said, yes. She said, we'll have it signed and sent over in 10 minutes. It literally happened that fast. So, I mean, a significant decrease and 12,000 in closing costs. So, I mean, it was a win-win for the buyers, and the sellers were carrying 2 mortgages at the time. They've already moved. So, I mean, it just worked out perfectly in that situation. So, I mean, I'm seeing that on my end of things with the properties.
I love that. Anyone else wants to share before we move on over to our next special guest?
I'll say real quick, it's
Yeah.
important that we over educate, over communicate to combat what the media, the general media is saying. That's all I'll say is, consultations are so important. We may have gotten away from consultation. Getting back to the skill set of presenting is a big deal. And that's what we're doing in our boot camps, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, on our Wednesdays, Mr. KG over there, he's working with that. So it's very important that we get back to presenting and being able to explain the visuals. This continues to be a show me market, not a tell me market. Show me visually why it's a good time to buy when CNBC, Bloomberg, CNN are saying, oh, the housing market is slowing down.
Absolutely, I love that. And when you're able to do consultation, you're able to bring down the world conversation to a one-on-one conversation. And at the end of the day, that's what matters most. So, all right, now I'm gonna have Christian introduce our special guest. Christian.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Christian Alicott, and I work with a company called WFG. Am I new to the area? No. I started in Chino Hills with a company, I think it was called Old Republic, back in 1992, and been in this area ever since. I have been knocking on the door of Keller Williams since they were at the old location, but consistency does pay off eventually, because here I am in 2023 and I'm in the door. please don't give up. But prior to that, I started in I don't know, we've got a few older people here, 1987 with a company called Lincoln Title. And back then, title was a little bit different, but the theory of everything was very, very, very much the same there. But I love to get involved with the technical aspect of it. If you have questions, even on a file that might be with another company, please don't be uncomfortable to, well, I can't call Christians with another company. Please do. I'll be more than glad to have a look at it. Sometimes we might be able to get a second opinion, or most of the time the title companies follow suit. But you won't hear the words, no, we can't do that coming out of my mouth, because there's something that can always be done. I also get very involved with you as a realtor and your clients. Sometimes you have people come to you and say, I want to add my husband, I want to add my wife, I want to take my husband off the title, I want to take my wife off, I would like to add my kids on. Is there going to be a tax implication? Give me a call, because I will go ahead and draw up the deeds for you. But what I will do is I will check on the person that's going on to title to make sure that there aren't any judgments against that individual. Because guess what? I've seen it done before. They go to a paralegal, they have deeds drawn up, they go on, and guess what? That person going on title had judgment against them. For the next 10 years, that house is more or less screwed unless they're going to have to go ahead and agree to pay it out. But at the same time, I'll run the house where the person's going on title to make sure that there aren't any judgments already on there or surprises, or let them know how many deeds of trust there are. Because it's important for that person going on title that knows everything what's going on with that at any time. Marketing, helping, farming, questions, you touched on going after the HR departments and stuff. There are companies relocating from San Diego, LA County, it doesn't hurt to go to the city and find out who those companies are relocating here with that, they might have 500 employees. It's easier to transfer those 500 employees to the place where they work instead of going ahead and having to bring in a whole new crew. You could be the ears and the eyes of the city, let them know what the school accountabilities are, private schools, transportation, shopping, freeways, destinations. And if you're good enough, you perhaps talk to the city about saying, look, we can get these people in over here. Would you help with a silent second? In other words, up to $10,000. They will help on the down payment on a home. Bang, you've locked yourself in. But please, if you have any questions like that, please don't hesitate to give me a call. My business card is on the desk there. But the key person here today is a company that it's a sister company of WFG. It's a marketing company. And we have access to this gentleman 24/7. He works for us entirely in the Inland Empire. He can work as a group, he can work as one-on-ones, he can do it through Zoom. But he's phenomenal with his marketing. His name is Eric L. Holtz and he works with My Home. Eric, please come ahead. Thank you.
You guys talked about a lot of stuff today. There was a lot of great information. If you want to zip through here, I'll just give a quick introduction.
Oh, sure.
There we go. So I am a nerd. I'm a technology nerd. There are 97 employees at my company. Christian is actually my client. So we handle all their marketing, their technology implementation, their software implementation, their review management, reputation management. We do all that for him. I've been doing real estate marketing for 30 years. I've seen the downs, I've seen the ups, and this market is not anything unique. I will just say that. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of good information that just was relayed before I came up here. Who's feeling good about the start of this? Everyone remember December and November? Was it doom and gloom or what? Okay, so what I'm already hearing is people saying, hey, I thought it was going to be dead. I thought the first quarter was going to be horrible. I'm actually getting leads. I'm engaging with people. I'm talking with people. I'm working through people. I'm going to have to run this baby here. Where the hell did all the real estate business go from last year? Right? What happened to it? Let's just keep running through it. Remember when? Right? Hey, in escrow in 5 days. Not difficult with such a beautiful home. Escrow in 2 days. Sold for 10,000 over asking, right? Remember those days?
Yep.
Right? Hey, they're not there anymore. Now it's not, it's back to not easy peasy. You can't just throw dirt up in the air. Hey, I got a listing, and it comes down and hits the ground sold. Right? It doesn't happen anymore. So let's kind of keep walking through here and let's look at some strategies that you guys need to be talking about. I had a brief message, kind of a little interaction with Kevin. And we were talking about leads. We were talking about lead interaction. Quick show of hands, who in here gets almost most of their business by buying leads from Zillow or Ylopa or Boomtown? Anybody? Who here gets the primary most of your business from referrals, from your network, your sphere of influence? You guys are not out of the norm. You're most of what happens in the real estate industry. Okay, let's go zip back here because I'm going to go back here and do some stuff. So in 2023, your top strategy should be people. Okay, I'm a little contrarian when it comes to social media. As a matter of fact, the beginning of this meeting talked about making money with social media. Let me state something about social media. Who here pays companies to post content on their social media for them? Anybody? Okay, are you getting engagement with your posts? Are your people on those platforms engaging and commenting and liking and sharing?
We just started to do that, so.
I'm going to tell you probably the answer will be no. Okay, it's not bad news. It's just think about social media differently. What is Facebook filled with? What's your personal Facebook page filled with?
Friends, family, people you know.
Friends. Facebook calls them friends. Instagram calls them followers. LinkedIn calls them connections. Let me say something quickly about social media, and I want you guys to just think about this going forward through 2023. Your social media platforms are filled with people that you most likely can do business with. So your job should be to collect those people. As a matter of fact, one of the beautiful things about social media is it gives you the ability to tap into your referral network for free every day. You scroll through Facebook, there's a section that says, hey, Kevin, here's some people you may know. Where do those people come from? Is it magic?
From your other friends.
Friends of friends. It's your referral network. It's literally Facebook pimping your referral network for you. Okay, this is an interesting number here, and I want you guys to look at this. On average, it takes 100 people, and the actual numbers between 75 and 150. Let's just call it 100. Okay, we can agree on that. It takes 100 people that you're engaging with throughout the year for every one deal you close this year. Okay, that is math. It does not change. If you want to do 10 deals next year, you need 1,000 people that you are engaging with throughout the year. If you want to do 20 deals, your number is 2,000 people. So you guys, yes, sir.
That's on social media or connection, or you talking about?
That's your phone. Everyone pull your phone out. Take a look at your phone right now. I guarantee every one of you in this room has a commission check sitting in your people on your phone right now. They forgot that you're in real estate. They haven't talked to you in a while. They haven't engaged with you in a while. How many of you guys have exported all your contacts out of your phone and imported them into Command? Kevin did. A couple of you guys have. You should do that. That's important people. Would you say the people in your phone most likely know you? That's a great resource to get and access and start engaging and talking to these people. Let's keep on zipping here. So again, quick number, one deal, 100 people, so on and so forth, you get it. I'm going to move fast because this is a long presentation and I only have 15 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. So you guys have a CRM right now. How many of you guys are engaging with Command? Who here has been on Command today already? Okay, not enough of you at this point. It's now noon. So your Command is your filing cabinet. If you think, and you guys all raised your hand, if people is your #1 asset in this business, and it is, where are you storing the data for your people? Right? Where are you putting information and notes about a post that someone did talking about their trip that they just made to Nashville, Tennessee, and how lovely it was, and how they're thinking of moving there? Is that someone you need to be engaging with?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Again, I'm a little bit of a contrarian on social media. Most of my counterparts that go out and coach and do presentations talk about posting schedules and how many posts you should put and what the right time in the day is to post content. You know what I think posting is on social media? It's talking. You know what we need to do more of in sales? We need to listen more. You need to listen to your prospects. So what's listening on social media? Anybody?
What do you think?
Engagement.
What do you think of
Asking questions.
Who just
100%. It's a like, it's a comment, it's a share on Facebook. It's a heart, it's a comment on Instagram, right? You had to see the picture before you chose to like it. You had to watch the video before you chose to comment on it or share it. So spend a certain amount of time every day in your social media platforms listening and engaging with people. As a matter of fact, here's another little side note. How many of you guys have all of your friends on Facebook copied and put into your Command CRM? So you are on it, my man. You are right up there. I have very few people that do that. Think about this. If Facebook's filled with your friends, people that you could most likely do business with, wouldn't you say those are very important people? Now, what if Facebook went away tomorrow? What if you woke up? Remember when Meta shut down? It was like a year and a half ago.
Right.
It was like down all day.
Yeah.
People were freaking, right? I know people that have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in friends in Facebook. Would you be okay losing all those people? What if you woke up tomorrow and do you know their phone numbers? Do you know their names? Do you know where they live? Yes, sir.
I love what you're saying there, and how many of us think about how do we capture as much of that data to install into our CRM as possible, whether it be register, RSVP, I've got this event, and if you want to check out.
Here's how I would do it. So talking about really easy, oh, is that it? Yep. Oh, no, we're back. It's okay. We're cool. Just my take on this is an easy thing to do. If you're in social media every day, who here goes to social media every day? If you're there, go find 2 new people or 1 or 2 or 3 new people that you can send a friend request to or follow or connect with, okay? The people that connected or accepted your friendship request from the previous day, go engage with their post. Once someone's a friend, if you message them and you can go to their about section and you can go into their contact information, you can get their birthday. Wouldn't you have your birthday? Shouldn't that be in your CRM? Right? They'll give you their email address. Sometimes they'll give you their phone numbers. If they don't, you know what you can do when they're your friend? You engage with their posts and you send a little message and you say, hey, Kevin, I know I'm just gonna say Brant. Hey, Brant, I loved your vacation that you just got back from. I'm updating my contacts. I noticed I don't have your email. Will you send it to me? ? If someone is your friend, 80% of the time, they will send you their contact information. You can ask for phone numbers. You can ask for email addresses.
The big key right there, and I have a personal experience with my wife engages with everybody on Facebook.
Yeah.
I like that, because it's easier. I like that. When she posts something, she gets 30 comments. I post something, I get 3. So engagement is really the key.
You know why? Here's the problem that we have in the real estate industry. What are we going to post? We're going to post content we're going to post the new listing. Matter of fact, I joke with people, right? There's 3 kinds of posts realtors make. Here's the new listing I got. Here's the new listing I just sold in 5 days for $40,000 over asking. Here's me handing the keys to it's sold. Right? That's the 3 posts you see. And it's like after a while, it's like boring. The reason your wife gets more engagement is she's posting pictures of the pets, the kids, the vacation. So yeah, so there's a ratio to that. It's 3 to 1. For every 1 business post, you gotta have 3 personal posts. Someone in here was saying that they were paying a company. You were saying you were paying a company to post to social media. Here's my problem with that. How do they know what you and your friends have in common?
Some generic real estate thing.
Okay, here's how you can measure that. You guys can all do this. Go to your page, look at the post content, whatever gets the most engagement, do more of that. I guarantee the new listing that you just got and you shared to social media, and by the way, you have to do that. You can't not do that. Your clients expect you to do that. As a matter of fact, here's an advantage for you in 2023. Right now, we're in a place where everyone assumes, right? We're in an assumptive environment. Oh, I just took Kevin George's beautiful home. I just took your listing. We're going to start marketing on it. I don't mention anything about it. I just assume Kevin knows I'm going to share it on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. And I'm going to be shooting realtor. I just assume that. Okay. Now, if I came in before I met with Kevin, I said, Kevin, we're going to be listing your home. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I think we can do a great job marketing it. Here's my marketing channels that I'm going to be marketing that on. You're talking about Facebook and Instagram and Reels, stories and feed posts, and we're going to be running ads on these different sites. If I talk about it, it's reality. If I keep my mouth shut, it might be reality, but it might not be. So that's a great opportunity. Create a flyer that's part of your listing presentation. And Keller Williams does a great job. You guys have content that's already there. Make sure you personalize it with your information. Anybody running leads, buying leads? You guys have a great tool to link your Zapier automation with that, okay? So holiday graphics, one of the things that CRMs tend to not do a very good job at, they're too businessy. Okay, put birthday content in there, put home purchase anniversary content, put other stuff that you can send out. Send text messages out saying, hey, hope you have a great Martin Luther King holidays coming up on Monday. Don't forget to celebrate. Send that out as a text message. And you guys can do that. It's already built into your platform. Yes, sir.
Question on Zapier. You mentioned that real quick. A lot of people may not know what that is, and what's the best real quick use case for Facebook? Or I don't know if you mentioned Zapier integrated with Facebook.
So Zapier has two versions. They have a free version. So you guys can sign up today. Here's what Zapier is. Zapier is like the Swiss Army knife of connectivity between digital entities. So if you're buying leads from Zillow, Zillow will send you a lead. Zapier will take that lead, stick it into your CRM, and then set up whatever automation you needed for that CRM to send out automated content. That's what it does. So the free version, you can do 5 leads for that, okay? Facebook's a little different. That's a premium. So you're gonna have to pay Zapier for their upgraded premium program, which is like 19 bucks a month or something. But that will now take the leads from your Facebook lead forms and automate those in, okay? You can still do with Zapier what's called an email parse. So let's say you're running ads for Opsity or something like that, and an Opsity lead comes into your email, right? You can have Zapier scrape that out of your email, take all the data and stick it into your CRM and set up that automation process. So
It eliminates the copy and pasting.
and it does it while you're out showing property. A lead came in, it just done. And your system's sending out emails. Hey, I just set up this property search for you. Did you get my text message with the link? Right? Whatever your in-system automation, it will set that up for you. Okay. Let's kind of keep ripping through here. Okay. Well, let's hear your. May I go?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
For
sure. For sure.
Here, let me zip back here though. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything stuff. Okay, so we just mentioned Kevin George sending out stuff. You thought he was talking about new property leads. You know what Kevin did? He took all of his database, everyone, past clients, whatever. You can set up tools. So you guys have some free content right here. eProperty Watch is a CRMLS. You can import all of your contacts into that and set up an automated report that goes out to everyone. There's their address, there's their price, their estimated value. It's just a quick update. Now, you did a little differently because you were setting them up on property searches as well, right? So think about that. That's just another version of engagement that you can do in your system. It's one more little ringing of the bell that's an opportunity generator for you guys to do business. And in 2023, you cannot afford to let any deal leave you and go to someone else. You need them all, okay? So that's the goal by looking at this content. Again, farm tools. So get your farming set up. How many of you guys all have a farm that you work? Right? You should have at least, I think you should have at least, every realtor should have at least 3 neighborhoods that you farm. Get that set up, start working it. There's some really cool things. By the way, I consider social media as a farm. Why? Because social media has groups. They have networks. They have networks of people that you can post content into and share content out. I asked Kevin, because I know Kevin, what his website is with Keller Williams. You guys have a really cool feature on there that you can all be using, and I don't know how many are doing this. Did you know you can pull up a property from your office that's an active listing, and there's a little link on there that says share. You can copy that link, you can share that link directly to social media. It delivers from your website. How many of you guys have ever done that before?
So instead of sharing Zillow or Redfin, the habit sharing the data.
Never do that. Never share anything digitally from anyone else's website. That's just like literally you hand it over. So let me tell you an interesting story. I'm a huge fan of Google business profiles, okay? Gigantic lead generators. You guys have no idea. If you're messing with them every day, if you're posting a listing from your website that's an office listing that you guys have the ability to share. I don't know what the guidelines are for that.
You ask permission from.
Okay, ask permission. Okay. So if you're doing that, you'll generate a ton of additional exposure, okay? What I see most agents doing is they take the easy route. They go to everyone else's website first. I want you to always go to your website. When you create a blog post, anybody playing with Chat GPT right now? Frigging unbelievable, okay? You ready for this? Chat GPT, you open it up, you say, I would like you to write me a blog article about Chino Hills home prices, including current sales prices of homes in Chino Hills. In 3 seconds, it will write you a 2-paragraph or a 3-paragraph blog article.
Write that down.
Hugely accurate.
Name again?
Chat GPT. You're gonna grab that article content, you're gonna stick that on your blog, and you're going to share that to social media from your blog that's attached to your domain name, not someone else's domain name, not HomeSnap, nobody else. I had a guy that we were doing a Google business profile. We did what's called a digital audit. He's paying HomeSnap. So imagine this, he's paying HomeSnap to manage.
You're good.
Perfect. To manage his Google business profile. So think about this. He's paying them every month to manage his Google business profile. I click onto his website link because you know that's a hard link between your Google business, your knowledge panel, and your website. I click on his website and it takes me to a profile page on HomeSnap. So think about this. He's paying HomeSnap money to send traffic to their website. Why? That's as bad as the one gal that I saw that had a Google business profile. And you know what phone number she was using? She was using her Zillow number. So imagine that she's sending people to Google to call her, and then she's paying for the lead from her own site. Like, why would you do that, right?
And plus, if she stopped paying for Zillow, she doesn't know her own number anymore.
And
She
the
knows the number, yeah.
leads are $600 a lead now. I'm working with a top team out in the Coachella Valley. They're at $985 per lead,
Wow.
$24,000 a month. It's their ad spend on Zillow, okay? $985 a lead. Crazy. They
Yeah.
won't give it up because the numbers are working for them.
Yeah, the close ratios.
Yeah, their average price is $2.2 million and that's fine. We're just trying to maximize their results. But again, easy way to data mine, send a CMA to all your clients, your past clients, have them look at their home prices, right? That starts the engagement process. It reminds them that you're a realtor. One of the other things that we do in this industry far too often, okay? I wanted to shoot a video of it, but this is pretty much what it's like, okay? You wake up as a realtor in the morning and you're like, I wonder how my clients are all doing. You know, they wake up every morning and they're like, hey, gosh, I wonder what Eric Eltzholtz, my realtor, was having for breakfast today. Right? And I wonder, you know what, how's this wife Tammy doing? I wonder if she's doing, and the kid, you know, I heard he just went off to Navy basic training. I wonder if he's had his pass and review yet in Navy training. And I wonder what he's gonna have for lunch, right? And I wonder if he got COVID at all during COVID. And what did he have it once? Has he been vaccinated? We think that our clients think about us all the time. You know how often they think about us? Never. Never, unless we remind them that we exist, okay? I showed up at a gal's house one time. It was a husband and wife team. This was probably 25 years ago. I showed up at their house. As I drive up, I look. The house next door to them is for sale with a different company, okay? You guys, anybody ever had that experience? Gut punch. It's horrible, isn't it? Horrible. You're like, and I kind of joke with them because I knew them. And I was like, what's up with your neighbor? They hate you or something? And the wife was like, She's like, I can't believe that they didn't list their home with us. And I said, I looked at her and I said, when was the last time you reminded them that you were a realtor? And she said, well, when they moved in 13 years ago, it was very nice. Welcome to the neighborhood part. I'm like, really? 13 years ago? Like, seriously, right? So you have to stay that top of mind awareness, okay? I'm gonna keep zipping through here. Again, social media to connect and grow your new clients. Social media is a tool, we've already talked about that. Blah, 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 Facebook assets. Many of you guys are missing out on a couple things. Storage, groups, marketplace. How many of you guys are putting all your listings on marketplace? Do you know there's a place on Facebook specifically for home sales? Okay, and Facebook says that 83%, no, I got this wrong. What was the percentage? It's like 34%, but it was 84 million people a day use Facebook Marketplace. And you guys have a dedicated channel on there called home sales, right? So that's a huge one. Your office listings. Again, I can't say this enough. You guys have the ability to go on your website. You should have a saved tab that's your website on your browser. You should visit your website every day. You should be using your website to push content from the office into assets out to social media. You know what else you can share to social media that's not even a listing? How about this? You open up your website. There's a little search bar that says find your home, and you say Eastvale, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it pulls up that report. You grab that link out of there, you share that as a post into Facebook, into Google Business, and you say, looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Eastvale, question mark? Use this, here's the best search possible. The listings are updated hourly. It includes photos, details, maps. You can do that every day.
That's the best form. I've been talking to you about this, the best form of a best buy list, right?
It's updated from the MLS hourly. Your website is, okay? It's completely free. You could literally do them for Ontario, Eastvale, Ontario 3-bedroom, 2-bath, Eastvale 4 bedrooms, Eastvale 2 stories, Eastvale 1 stories, Corona 1 stories, Corona 2 stories, Corona golf course homes, Corona pool homes. You guys see where I'm going with this?
Best price.
Endless options. So again, let's see, LinkedIn, I'm gonna just skip over these. Oh, wow, this is really zipping here, isn't it? TikTok, any of you guys using TikTok? Any of you guys using Instagram Reels?
Yes.
Okay, so here's a fun little tip. If you can, use Canva. Oh man, this is like double skipping here. Let's do one. Hey, YouTube now has, everyone's copying each other. So YouTube now has shorts, right? Shorts, stories on Facebook, stories on Instagram, reels on Instagram, and TikTok all use the same format. It's the vertical format.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all Canva members?
Yeah.
Go to your Canva account, go up into the start a project and type Instagram Reels, and you'll have hundreds of templates that show up in there. Okay, the templates can use video, the templates can use pictures, the templates will have automatic little flashy things and graphics that you can throw on there. You export that content, and now you can upload that into every single one of those channels. You make the thing once, and you use the MP4 file to go into all those different channels. Okay. Simple, simple, simple. Again, I can't say this enough, be genuine. Too much fake stuff. So there's, okay, I just had it, which brings us to the fourth, right? Video storytelling. So you guys all have phones in your pocket. They're fabulous. You don't have to be professional. They don't have to be professional videos. As a matter of fact, you'll get more engagement if they're not professional. The more genuine you are, the more you're talking about a neighborhood. And if you guys walked into a neighborhood, just walked in the neighborhood, pulled your phone out and said, hey, Eric Elseltzer with KW Visions in Chino Hills. I'm in the beautiful neighborhood of Eden Glen. And here I wanted to relay some information about the neighborhood. The average home is this. The highest price home currently for sale is this. The lowest price is this. Boom, post it to social media. Any of you guys done that? You can also do that live, right? Lots of options. Here's some free tools to use. I'll send this to you if you want me to.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
CapCut, Loom, Canva, Luminified, all free. They all have formats that are all easy to use, okay? This is the Canva Instagram reel. There's just, what do you want to do? There's a ton of stuff in here. I just told you about that. So again, I'll tell you a quick story and then I'll try and wrap it up here. I had a gentleman that was a broker at a brokerage with a couple, as a multi-office brokerage in the town that I live. Probably 15 years ago, he pulled me aside. He said, Eric, I'd like to sit down with you and take you to lunch. He said, hey, I just wanted to pick your brain for a minute. Why aren't we generating the same number of leads that we used to generate in our office? And I asked him, I kind of dug into what are you doing? And I knew some of his business a little bit. I said, listen, Mike, I said, you used to have an in-house marketing department. You used to produce just listed flyers, property flyers for all your clients, for all your realtors listings. You used to produce a just listed and a just sold postcard that would get mailed to all the neighbors around that house. Okay, you got rid of that. You used to run an ad on the back page of the Press Enterprise every weekend. And you used to run the center spread in our little local newspaper in Temecula. By the way, I live in Temecula, right? Well, that paper's gone. And you're not running an ad in the Press Enterprise anymore. And you used to run ads in the little magazines around town, and those magazines aren't around anymore. So I said, so how can you expect to generate the same number of leads or catch the same number of fish when you don't have the same number of fishing lines in the water anymore? So that's kind of my analogy. You guys need to have, you need to examine your marketing and get as many lines as you can in the water. Okay. So I kind of joke with agents, who here puts flyers in your flyer boxes on your homes anymore? Nobody does that? Can I? Okay, so let me ask you something. Who picks up the first 15 of those flyers? Other agents. Well, I think it's the neighbors that are out walking around the house. I could be wrong though.
Oh, he's talking about outside. He's talking about outside the flyers. That's what he's talking about. On the for sale side, he's talking about that box on the for sale side.
So I'm like, so here's an interesting stat. I don't know if you guys know this. On average, when a home gets listed in a market, within 2 weeks, another home around that home gets listed on the market. So why wouldn't you be marketing to those people in the neighborhood that may potentially list their home? Just some things to think about. So we stopped doing that. That was something that every agent used to do. And now with, boy, the QR code died, right? And then had a fabulous rebirth.
Yes.
Because of COVID. So now you can literally stick a flyer on there, talk about this home. This home's for sale. It's for sale for this amount. Hey, the average home in this neighborhood gained X number of dollars in value in the last 12 months. Use this instant value report that you can scan on your phone to find out how much value your home gained. You know what happens when they go in and they put their address in there? You just generate a lead. Okay, so there's a lot of opportunity there. Okay. You guys already have this, so I'm not going to belabor it. A branded website. Okay, make sure that you buy a domain name. Make sure that you attach that domain name to your website. Okay, because when you share that property from your website or you share that blog post from your website, I want it to deliver to social media from you. I don't want it to deliver from HomeSnap. I don't want it to deliver from Redfin or Zillow or whatever. I want you guys to be able to get the credit for an asset that you own in the business. And this is a fabulous one. And again, most websites.
Question real quick,
Yeah.
regarding the blog post, are you utilizing a different platform saying the word blog or?
So the problem with blogs, I wrote the last article I wrote for Inman. I have this discussion. I have this a lot. People are like, oh my God, I've got to write a blog post. I don't know what to write about. Right now, Chat GPT takes that out of the equation a little bit. But before, people used to think that they had to come up with some really unique content. Okay, that's never been my take. You know what I do? I literally, you guys get emails every day from Realty Times, Riz Media, Inman, from everybody. Okay, take that article, just copy the article, including who wrote it and the links. I guarantee if you go on a website and you open that website up, Housing Wire, just copy the whole article. If you pasted them on a document, I guarantee you're going to see a whole bunch of little hyperlinks back to the original article. I don't care. Put those in your blog post and then write a synopsis about the blog post. I love this article that I just read on Riz Media. They were talking about home values in Southern California. I agree. And here's why. This, save, share from your website. Right? Most blogs, the reason a blog is a blog is it has a component that lets you share that blog post out. The reason websites, I was at the NAR show in 1995 when they rolled out the first version of Realtor.com. It was called, anybody at that show? Anybody been doing real estate that long? It was called RIN, Realty Information Network. And we all stood around these big monitors in Atlanta. It was like, oh, you know, this like, and everyone was so excited, rightfully so. But now what I find when I see people is I'll go do a digital audit and they'll have a website, ericeltz.com, and I click on it and it says 404 file not found, because they still have that domain name on their marketing, but they don't own the domain name anymore and they don't have it attached to anything because they got rid of their real estate website. Here's why. Their expectation was if it was like Field of Dreams. And you guys seen that movie? If you build it, they will come. So people are like, okay, here, I just got a website. It's awesome. Look how beautiful it is. Okay. And then we're like, okay, where's the leads? The leads should be falling like manna from heaven. I want all the leads. And you did that for a couple of years. And then people are like, well, I've got this website. It's $75 a month. It's not doing anything for me. No, it was fine. It was doing stuff for you. It was waiting for you to do something with it. So that's the trick. You have to get a website. It's branded to you. You have to share content out all over the place from your website. I'm going to kind of leave you guys with this. I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, most websites, this one just is a little different. Yours doesn't have this. But a lot of websites will have a little share feed. Yeah. You click the share feed, it says, where do you want to share it? I want to share it on Facebook. Okay. Right. And it shows up like that. No, like that. And it comes from your website. That's what most, and yours does this right now. What you have to do is you copy a little link at the top. It gives you a little link to copy. You copy the link, and then you just go post that into Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. You can share that right out. And that if you do that and you start doing that regularly, it will deliver leads and traffic back to your website. And what's connected to your website? You are. Your website has your phone number on it. It's connected to your email. If someone signs up to see a lead or they say, I want more information on this lead, you get the lead from it. You just have to actuate and do something with that lead. So this is my last thing. I'm going to drop it off here. There's a lot of other little goodies like this in here. Again, this is that. If you're just invited to an open house, right? You can do tangibles. You can do just listed cards. You can do open house invites into neighborhoods. You can use QR codes on stuff like that. I've got people that do an open house invite. Every time they do an open house, they get a home value lead because they sent that to 50 homes around that house. And someone scans that little QR code and generates a lead for it. Okay. So this is my last option. I want to talk to you guys about this. You guys all have Google business profiles. Yes? Anybody not know what a Google business profile is? Okay. Can you close this down and just go open up Google? Perfect. Or just go open up a Google profile. Just type, see if I can come up there. Eric, E-R-I-C, space, at, A-T.
Oh.
AT.
Yeah, and then in space, my home, all one word, my home's one word. And just hit search, let's see if I can pop up here. It's incognito, yeah, so click right there.
Up there.
So this is my fake realtor. So I ruined my Google business profile. This is my fake Google business profile, okay? Your profile automatically promotes you, your picture's on there, your logo's on there, your website's connected on there, you've got reviews on there, your phone number shows up there. It has the dates and times that you're open and closed. Scroll down a little further if you can. Check this out. Most of you guys don't know this. Click this little view all right here for products. How about this? Palm Desert Homes for Sale. Go ahead and click. It's probably gonna have a different company. Let's see if, yeah, I shouldn't have done that one. Okay, do me a favor, click search Temecula real estate right here. That won't work. Okay, so here's my product. This is a product that just sits on my Google business profile. Search Temecula real estate, right? It's a custom home search for Temecula homes for sale. Right click on just right click and say open in a new tab. And then go to the new tab up at the top. So I can actually take that page. So I'm not a realtor, so this is I'm the best fake realtor you've ever seen. Matter of fact, my website, if you click up on top, says that. But here's, I took them to that page on my website that has Temecula homes for sale. You guys can do this in 2 seconds. Go to your website, look for the homes for sale, go put that back on your Google business. That just sits there. When a property sells, it's no longer on here. When a new property gets added later today, bam, it shows up in the search features. Okay. Go back over to my that tab right there.
Mhm.
Okay, you can close that. So look at, by the way, if you scroll down in there, products. I've got home buyer services. I've got home listing services. Get your free Chino Hills property report. Get your free Chino's property report. Get your free Ontario property report. Talk about Ontario property values, right? In that description. You can make as many of those as you want to, and they just sit there. Scroll down to the very bottom. This is the biggest thing that you guys are not doing. Keep on going down a little bit, right here. Did you know that you can create a post? Go ahead and click Fallbrook Homes for Sale. You can create a post like that. And by the way, if you scroll down that, what does this look like to you guys? Looks like a feed. Okay, so scroll back up. Here's the difference with the feed. You guys are all worried about Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay, Google's job is to go to all those sites, crawl all those sites, scan them, categorize, organize, and prepare to deliver the results from their crawling your website content out to the public. Okay, so Fallbrook Homes for Sale, it's an event. Look, it's got a date range on it. And if you right click that Learn More button and say open in a new tab, I just linked that to a property search on. So there it is. Fallbrook Homes for Sale. You guys can do that every single day. Here's what happens when you do this, when you're in this account. If you do this at least once a week, my team and I measured this. Here's what we found. 14% increase in organic discovery of your website. Okay, that's in 30 days. If you know SEO, a 30-day test with a 14% increase result is massive. Okay, a 34% increase in traffic to your website. Why? Because your website is linked to that search. Okay,
It's getting updated.
Yep. A 57 to 59% increase in photo and video views from your website. And the final kicker, an increase in phone calls, 100% increase in phone calls. So that means it went from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 4, 100% increase. Okay. Yeah, huge. So if you go back to the Eric at My Home again, you guys can come down here. You can close that little tab out there. You can come down here every day and you can create an update like that. It might be a specific property. It might be a property search for a certain type of property in a certain area. It might be an open house that you're doing this weekend. You can create that content every day. Okay. I've got a gal that gave me a phenomenal compliment at the end of last year. Here was the compliment. She said, I started working with you on this in January. So far, I've closed 11 transactions in 2022 from putting content every day onto Google Business. By the way, it didn't cost her anything, nothing, free. Okay. She said that's 11 deals closed. I have 3 more in escrow. They're just not going to close by the end of the year. But she said, I'm going to attribute 14 deals to utilizing Google Business hardcore in 2022. So it's free, it's there, it's available. If you need help setting it up, you can call me, you can call him. I've got cards up here. He's my client. He has access to my calendar. You can talk to him about utilizing
Can be done here as a group. He can have.
See what?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, it's not there. Never mind.
Go ahead and do it that way. Nice thing is there is no cost for you on that whatsoever.
Well, that's not true. I'm very expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah, I would agree.
No, I'm just
Like
kidding.
I mentioned, right? So is there a way that we can set up another, would it make sense if you did another social media?
We can go ahead and do that. What area would you like it to cover? The Google?
Right, present up the Google business profile and actually doing that. There, so.
Find out when is a convenient time. I think we were gonna have a meeting last October and it got postponed, so hopefully we could have a week.
Oh, absolutely. We can do it next month. Make it work.
Okay.
Wonderful. That would be fantastic. Also, rates I know are very, very important to you. We have pre-discounted rates. First time.
Oh, yeah, sure. You want to pass mine?
To the buyer side or the seller side,
Oh, sure, of course.
25% off. 55 years or older, 25% off. And people that are or were in the military, 25% off of the posted rate. So the average title fee might be $2,000. It automatically goes down to $1,500, especially right now when you're fewer listings and you got realtors out there trying to get it. Sell them on the discounted rate.
Now, Christian, did buyers and sellers, do they really care about $500? Do they really care about $500? Yeah, I'm just joking. Do you guys think they care about $500?
Any way they can save.
I've had realtors tell me, oh, my clients don't care about it. I'm like, really? How hard do they come at you for your commission split?
That's a
Seriously?
different story.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a funny thing.
Yeah, when they're looking at their clothing statement, they go, what's title? I mean, how much is title?
Yeah.
$2,000?
Well, I
can get you a discount, 500. Well, I always say that.
I think that's a great, just like I said, someone mentioned, I think, I'm trying to remember who it was in the back where it's talking about communication. Over communication right now is so valuable to present an expectation that's a reasonable expectation. I think where people get into problems is they under communicate. I know I've gotten into problems with my team. I'll just assume he knows what I'm talking about or someone else. And it's like, oh, I thought you were going to do that. Oh, no, I guess I blew that one. If I had come out of the gate and expressed what the actual expectation should be or could be, that's a better option. And I think you can do the same thing to a win for your advantage to present things like that, right? If you can come in and be the guy that says, and technically speaking, it is true. You guys are fiduciaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are literally legally obligated to look out after their finances. So if you can say like, hey, I saved you $400 there and $200 on that. And well, I got the best guy that does termite inspections and he's $100 cheaper than everybody else. Every little bit you add on to that bill at the end of the closing is an advantage to them, right? Even down to your lender, who's going to automatically shave a point off of every, no, I'm just kidding.
Putting John out of business over there. Yes. Well, so did you guys find this helpful? Was this valuable today?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Well, let's give it up for our special guest speaker.
I get to work for him, but we do have like a third leg that is going out and writing articles and presenting content to you guys, because at the end of the day, we want you to close more deals. We want you to do more business. We want you to get bigger commission checks. So
Love it.
yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes. All right, I hope it's helpful. You guys got a lot of value. We strive to provide value each and every one of our stakeholders meetings. So definitely make sure if you guys want to see something, you guys want to hear something, you guys want to learn something, definitely let us know. We'll definitely make sure to set time to have someone present that. So thank you guys. Be in the meeting. Thank you.